Episode 2. I got a name, and I carry it with me like my daddy did. The following program is an FGF production.
Pine trees lining the winding road. I've got a name. I've got a name. Like the singing bird and the croaking toad. I've got a name. I've got a name. And I carry it with me like my daddy did. But I'm living the dream that he kept here. Moving me down the highway, rolling me down the highway, moving ahead so life won't pass me by. Like a north wind whistling down the sky, I've got a song, I've got a song. Like the whippoorwill and the babies cry, I've got a song, I've got a song. And I carry it with me and I sing it loud. If it gets me nowhere, I go there proud. Moving me down the highway, rolling me down the highway, moving ahead so life won't pass me by. And I'm gonna go there free. I've got a dream. They can change their minds, but they can't change me. I've got a dream. I've got a dream. Oh, I know I could share it if you want me to. If you're going my way, I'll go with you. Moving me down the highway, rolling me down the highway, moving ahead so life won't pass me by. Moving me down the highway, rolling me down the highway, moving ahead so life won't pass me by. Like the pine trees lining the winding road, I've got a name.
Happy Monday, all my subscribers. This pack of cigarettes, they say smoking's bad for your health. And you're all aware of what happened to me Saturday night going to buy a pack of cigarettes. This is the pack because I've cut down. This is still the pack from Saturday night that almost cost me my life with that jerk off running the stop sign. But I'm not going to get into that. I want to make sure that I don't go over 40 minutes. I don't want to go over 40 minutes with these videos, these episodes, because the show is like a half hour, 40-minute show. I got to keep it under that because people's attentions, they don't, you're better off making a shorter video, but I got a lot to say, but I am breaking it up, each Monday, which is good. And if I get it all out there, I'll go more than 14 weeks. And if the subscribers are coming in and I'm getting the views, that's all I care about. I'm not here for the money. I'm doing this for therapy because to me, it's a way to get it out there. I've always wanted to share these stories, and this is a great platform to do so. So, people are interested. There are pretty funny stories, and, like my friend Dave, shout out to my boy Dave G. He's a great, he considers himself a blogger, and he made a good point how some of these channels, what makes a good channel? You got people that are interesting like me and Dave, and you got people that are retarded. Or I shouldn't say that. I take that back. People that are, do stupid stuff, and they got 1 billion subscribers. So who knows what, I'm lucky enough to get into this community because I got helped from FBS, Chicago Muscle, Mike Slick, Tony Soflo. So I'm probably talking to most of you guys and everything. And that's why I say, please donate. And this can't be wrong with Jesse Raw. Please donate to the people that helped me out. I don't need the money. I thank God. I'm very grateful that I am financially secure. The money I make a month, if I can't live off that and have a great life, something's wrong with me. So, although I do sometimes buy a lot of stuff, and then I got to ask my mommy if she can lend me like $40 to get gas. Pretty pathetic, but my mommy always comes through. All right, let's just jump into it. Hope everybody had a good weekend, better than mine. This is episode 2, and what I did was I played the song by the great Jim Croce, I Got a Name, because I am a 3rd generation Local 3 electrician. I hope my son's not 4th generation, because nowadays, unfortunately, the unions aren't as strong, and it's a lot of bullshit going on, a lot of unemployment, and it's sad because it once was, one of the most powerful unions in the world. Them and the Teamsters are the 2 most powerful unions in the world, the IBEW and the Teamsters. The Teamsters still are powerful, but they're coming after them too. It's going to be a world war if they start getting these computers to drive trucks. It's going to be a nightmare. Forget about it. I don't even want to think about that. But let's just dive into episode 2 of the World Financial Center. Excuse me while I light a cigarette up. I'm outside today, and if you notice my shirt, a legendary electrician has retired. It's all in fun, when you're on jobs, whether you're in construction, whether you're in office work, whatever you do, there's always that one guy on the job that you'll always remember, that one character that brightened up your day or made you laugh, or there was a tense situation. I was known for when it's a tense situation, everybody's nervous and everybody's serious, and what are we gonna do? And I'll crack a joke or something to lighten up the mood. That was me, Frankie Flex. I don't consider myself a legend, but if you ask any Local 3 electrician that I ever worked for, that knew me, worked with, or worked for, I was a character. I made the jobs fun. I made the jobs loose for the guys because there's a lot of tension, a lot of stress at times, and I always knew what to say at the right time to make the job, more fun. I was always great to the apprentices because, of course, my day one, what happened to me. So I always made sure when a new kid started on the job, I was the first one to get him, talk to him, make him feel comfortable, because what I went through, I would never want that to happen to anybody. It was a fucking nightmare. So my job, and I told foremen through the years the story and everything, these cigarettes, they don't light up like they used to. They're very hard to light up. So I told foremen about it. I said, let me always get the new kid. Now listen, you're always going to get a certain kid that just is a punk or a lazy fuck or doesn't want to be here, which I couldn't stand. It's an amazing fucking career. Why would you want to fuck that up? And a lot of them did. To piss me off and make me say you're a punk, that's a lot to do after what I went through. But you get a few of them, and they just didn't make it, and fuck them. You know what I mean? They just weren't cut out for the business, But 88% of them, 90% of them were nervous, were great kids. Some of them went on to be big-time foremen, ran big jobs, and they all remember Frankie Flex from day one when they were an apprentice. You know what I mean? How much I made them feel comfortable and how I took care of them, and everything, and told them stories about me. And even the last day on my job, I'm all over the place again. We'll get to episode 2. I just want to let people know how type of person I am. Even my last day on the job, the great Dave, my friend Dave, I don't know if Dave's in the Mob 2 community, but he has a great channel. Subscribe to Dave Gass if you can. He's got more subs than me, Dave. What the fuck? A few more. Yeah, he's a great guy. Dave Gass. I'm shouting out Dave Gass. Subscribe to his channel. He's got very interesting channels. And his last episode was about his last day on the job when he went to go pick up his tools and stuff. And I wrote his comments. What I did with my tools my last day, I came back to get my tools. I said, you know what I'm going to do? Fuck it. I don't feel like carrying them home. I just wanted to take my toolbox, because it was the original toolbox. My dad took me to Sears, back in fucking 1980, 1990. Like I said, I started off in the ADM division for 3 years. In 1990, I became a TA1 apprentice. So in 1990, when we get my tools in my toolbox, because when you go to you have to bring your tools and show them that you know what you're doing. You have a toolbox, the proper tools, or you won't even get in. You have to, know what you're doing. So the original toolbox at Sears that I had from 1990, that I still have. That's dear to my heart. But I took all my tools out and I gave them away to all the apprentices. It's how many apprentices we got here? It was like 5 or 6 of them. And I told them, take whatever, go one by one. And hold on. I gotta quit smoking, I'm gonna die. God forbid. So I told them one by one, take out, take whatever you want, one at a time, pick a certain tool. Maybe I had 20 tools in there. Everybody, there was 6 of them, so divide it up, take 2, doing pizza math again, take whatever it is to equal out the 20 tools. So they were very grateful, and I said, may these tools, young men, may you have the career that I had, all the years I worked, all the memories I made, all the fun I had, all the hard work I did. May you be safe, that you don't get no injuries. You always work harder, not smarter. Yours truly worked harder, not smarter. But you live and learn, and everything. But I told them, good luck to you. You ever need anything, reach out to me. It's a great career. You guys are blessed. You're going to make a lot of money. You're going to have the house of your dreams. You're going to get beautiful women because you got a lot of money. A lot of them were married. They were laughing, I'm married. I said, well, you get a beautiful side piece. Only kidding, I told them. But, they were grateful for me and everything. I didn't even know these kids. I was only, they were there a few days, but they seemed like good kids from the looks of them or whatever, and they were very grateful. And even on my last day, I tried to be nice and, carry on tradition that is Local 3. The apprentices are the future. So, I always treated them good because of what I went through on my first day. All right. Episode 2, World Financial Center Building C American Express Tower. It's June 23rd, 1987. I'm settling in. Mark Gottlieb is teaching me, what to do. My job consisted of first thing in the morning. What I was a sexy secretary. That's basically what I was. A very, very hot, sexy secretary. I'm only kidding. Back then I was a Guido or whatever. Well, they called me a Guido. I guess I did look like a Guido. He said the spiky haircut and stuff. The nice, friggin', what were those shoes called? Those fucking cockroach killers. I forgot what they were even called. And the parachute pants and shit. I used to wear parachute pants. I did look like a Guido, but I look nice. Every Friday I would get my hair done and everything and stuff. I dressed nice for work. Well, my job consisted of, I would have to get there early before anybody else was there. I think I started 8 o'clock in the morning. I would get there about 7:30, 7:15 even, depends on the bus. And I like to have my breakfast and get all situated. I had to make sure the coffee was ready for all the workers. I made the pots of coffee, which I didn't know how to do that either. I had to ask somebody how to make coffee. I don't even like coffee. So I made coffee every morning. So the first thing they came in, and then I would go to my desk, and then I would answer the phone calls. Like, I'm not going to give the company away. I would be like, good morning, so-and-so Electric, how can I help you? Frank Fratello speaking. Yeah, I'm looking for so-and-so. So the general foreman and the project manager, I'll get to him later, how we built our relationship. He would turn out to be a father figure to me, and one of the greatest. This foreman was the greatest foreman. He became a second father to me. The man taught me everything I am today as a man. Between my father and him, made me the man I am today. The guy was an amazing man, Got off to a bad start, but I'll get into that. So I was told by the project managers and all the other secretaries and everything that were in the office that when they, if they're looking for somebody, you always say they're in the field. I mean, in the morning you can say they're not in work yet, but you don't want to really say that either. You say they're in the field, which means they might not be there, but you want to make sure that they're in the field, which means they're out looking at something or doing something, or they're in a meeting. You just say they're in the field. Sometimes I would say they're in a meeting if I was told that. I had to be very careful. They screwed up a couple of times, like, oh, he's not here. I think he's in the bar. That'll get you fired. I did that one time, I think, and he came in there like, you stupid motherfucking kid. Who says that? Jesus Christ, Frankie, I'm in the bar. You a fucking idiot. I fucked up. Never did it again. Dumb Frankie, dumb kid. But, so I'd make coffee, answer the phones. I I'd have files on my desk of all the jobs that they were doing, and I had to like log it all in. There was no computers. Didn't use a computer. I don't know why. Everything was written in logs, and we had no computers in the office. I guess they weren't. I mean, I'm surprised about that. It was everything. Well, who knows? It's union construction. Who knows if they could erase it or something? You know, I mean, I'm not getting into that. I don't know. But so I'd have like log books, and I would take I'd put all the paperwork, put it in a file, put it in the file cabinet. Everything was listed under a certain job and everything. So I would do that, answer the phones, do that. I also was the timekeeper. Now, my job as the timekeeper, which basically I'm called the timekeeper. To me, I did everything. Whatever I could learn, you can't ask for a better job to learn, because I learned how to read blueprints. I learned how to estimate. I learned the financial part of the jobs. I learned what they charge. It's up to when you work for a job, it's up to you to ask questions and to learn as much as you can, whatever job you got. This was an opportunity of a lifetime where I could learn all, the office aspects of it, which, I never became a foreman because I didn't want that responsibility and I couldn't deal with people. If you don't work as hard as me, I'll get rid of you. I'm one of them. Same thing with like coaching. My son's like, oh, why don't you coach? No, if you don't play as hard as I did, I fucking get rid of you. So I'm too old school for these young kids today and everything. But so my job consisted of, of being like the timekeeper, where I had to keep track of everybody's hours that they worked, all the electricians on the job site, which is very stressful because if I fuck that up, their pay's gonna be short. I did it a couple of times in the beginning because, like I said, I'm learning and everything, and you get these fucking guys coming up to you. Where's the fucking timekeeper? Where's that fucking Guido? I'm like, holy shit, calm down. You'll get paid. I'll go to the foreman. I'll tell him I made a mistake. He'll yell at me. You're going to get paid. My check is short. I got shit I got to fucking do. I'm getting an engagement ring this weekend, you fucking asshole. I'm like, oh my God. So I'm getting it from all fucking ends and everything. But, like I said, I knew nothing. I knew absolutely fucking nothing from day one. All right, so what happens is it's June 23rd, 1987. I'm sitting at my desk, no more lunches at the top of the world. They had a cafeteria there, which was pretty cool because you got the discount. Well, I like this fucking cigarette already. Holy shit. No more fancy lunches on the credit cards and everything. That was a once-in-a-lifetime thing. So they had a cafeteria there, and what you did was, it was a beautiful cafeteria, and they had amazing food. You name it, they had it. Like every day was a different main thing. And it was cheap. If I can remember, you got the discount of the American Express. Anybody that worked in that building, you got the discount. American Express they're multi-zillionaires or whatever. So I think my lunch cost me at the time, if I can remember, $5, and you would get a fucking tray, a large soda. Like say it was macaroni and cheese that day. Big plate of macaroni and cheese, a piece of cheesecake, an apple, a milk, whatever the fuck you wanted. It was $5. I mean, where the fuck? It's like, a school lunch back then. But I mean, it was top notch. They had chefs with the fucking chef outfits on and shit, cooking the fucking food. No fucking joke. Anyway, so that's what I would have lunch. My lunch was like an hour. And I got funny stories I'll add on about who I met at lunch at times. Like I used to go out. Sometimes I didn't go to the cafeteria. I wouldn't even call it a cafeteria. It was like a restaurant. Sometimes I would go out for lunch because you got an hour lunch in the office division. When you become an electrician, you only get a half hour lunch. Some guys would make it 45, 50 minutes, but I won't say that. I'm retired now. I don't think anybody's watching, right? But anyway, like I'd go out for lunch and I had an hour, so I would either like sit outside by the where they used to have this big a big thing like a ball or something between the trade center and the courtyard or whatever, with like waterfalls and everything, and I would sit out there, and then lo and behold, I won't say it, I'll get back to other stories. Somebody sits down next to me who's a big time celebrity, smoking a cigar. Like here I am sitting here, and there's a celebrity. I could fucking elbow him, and just sitting there like he's like this with a cigar, whistling in the air, like just relaxing. And I'm like, I turn around, I go, are you fucking kidding me? But I won't say who it was. I'll add that for another show. So basically I settled in nice. I was learning, I used to love, they would send me like, I had to go to different floors, to give out paperwork or to give files or whatever. And each floor had a different, like beautiful girl that would be the one you'd go to before you had to get buzzed in. I had a card, but you still had to, buzz in, what you want. And every floor had a different girl that was one hotter than the next. I mean, I'm talking like, Jesus Christ. Super fucking models. Why I used to say to myself, why are these women have jobs when they don't have a rich guy fucking taking care of them? I mean, I guess it don't work that way. I mean, holy shit. So every floor had a different hot one. So I used to like particular, I'm going to the 6th floor. Oh my God, that one on the 6th floor is fucking insane. I can't wait to see her and small talk her. Oh my God, right? So I would do stuff like that. But basically the story's about, it's June 23rd, 1987, and the foreman has a job site birthday party. Now, I haven't talked to him at all. He never said a word to me since my first day. So April 13th, I started. We're almost, 2.5 months in. The man never looked at me, never said a word to me. I didn't say a word to him because I didn't really know who was in charge, because I'm really in the office part of the job. So I'm figuring the project managers and the head estimators were my boss, and he was just running the construction part of it. So I'm like, fuck him anyway. You know what I mean? But it would turn out that he could fire anybody. You know, I would learn. Like I said, I'm all new to this shit. So he has a lunchtime job site birthday party. His beautiful wife, well, I didn't know I would learn her years later. She would become, I would meet her and everything. But at the time, I think it was his girlfriend. I didn't know her or anything, none of my business, because I didn't even know the guy yet. Never said a word to me. So she had come in, past me, with balloons and cakes and stuff. And she did say, hi, Frankie. Like, she did know me, I guess, from, she was nice to me. I'm like, where's Joe? I said, he's in the field. She's like, Frankie, you don't have to say in the field to me. I'm his girlfriend. I was like, I said, I don't really know where he is. You know what I mean? Want me to call him? She's like, I'll take care of it. So she called him or whatever. And of course she comes in and he's like, Frankie, you don't got to be a fucking robot. It's my girlfriend. I'm in the fucking field. You just tell fucking her, to call me or whatever. It's like the first, I'm like, and he knows my name, but I'm like, sorry. Stop calling me fucking sir, for Christ's sake. Right? Anyway, so they go in the back. I'm doing my work or whatever. I think I worked through lunch that day because we were behind or something. So I'm just working. Now I'm the only one in the fucking office working, where fucking everybody's in the back. He had a huge fucking office. So they're all like laughing, drinking, fucking telling stories, giggling, all this shit. And there's me fucking, looking at the file and writing and everything. I'm like, maybe they'll invite me back there. Maybe I'll be part of the crew, but I guess not, or whatever. Fuck it. So I'm working, right? So, birthday party's over and everything. Birthday party's over. It's about, the party maybe went an hour or two. I don't know, but my job would be from 8 in the morning to 3:30 in the afternoon. So, Mark Gottlieb had left for the day. He had to go to the dentist or something. And a couple other estimators had meetings. So now I'm all by myself at my desk working, and everything. I don't think I got up or even ate that day or whatever. There was a water cooler. I got water. So I sit down. It's about 3:15, 3:20. I'm about to start, getting ready to leave and everything. And then all of a sudden I hear in the back. I didn't even know if he walked out. I was busy working. I hear, hey, kid, Frankie. I'm like, oh, fuck, he's calling me. Come in my office now. I'm like, okay, sir. Stop calling me fucking sir. Right? Now, I don't know if he had a few or whatever at the birthday party. I think he did, because this is funny. Whatever. I don't know if he did. I'm sure they were drinking. None of my business. I wasn't even back there. So, but chances are they were having a few. So, I go to him. I go, well, I got to go. I got things to do. You ain't going anywhere. You want to get fired? Get back here. So I was kind of nervous. But then again, I think he's kind of doing it in a funny way. So then maybe he'll be nice to me. So I go back there. This is basically how I would meet him, and this is basically the story. We're 20 minutes and 41 seconds in. Good. So I'm going to end this in a half hour. Perfect. This will be perfect. So it'll be a half hour. So I go back there, right, and I'm like, yes, sir. And then he goes to me, Frankie, you call me Joe. His name was Joe. I won't say the last name. Frankie, my name is Joe, okay? You keep calling me sir like I'm some fucking army fucking lieutenant. But I'll tell you something, Frankie. You want to hear a funny story? So I'm like, oh, all right, Joe, He's like, Frankie, do you know how I got out of being drafted in the Vietnam War? that I could have got fucking killed, Frankie. Do you know what saved me from getting drafted to the Vietnam War? I'm like, okay, sir. They stop. I slipped, he's like, it's Joe, it's fucking Joe. All right, Joe. No more, sir, no more. So how did you get, what happened? He's like, when I went, they drafted me, Frankie. They were going to send me to Vietnam. And then when they did the physical on me, I had fucking hemorrhoids, Frankie. Those hemorrhoids saved me from getting fucking killed in Vietnam. Hemorrhoids, Frankie. Thank God I had hemorrhoids. The fucking guy was a funny motherfucker. I'm like, wow, that's a crazy story. I'm still nervous and everything. The hemorrhoids saved the guy from going to the Vietnam fucking war. Hemorrhoids. I never heard of that in my life. But I guess if you have hemorrhoids, you can't go fight in the war. I have no idea. Maybe Stone Sailor or anybody out there that, hemorrhoids saved his life. Fucking hemorrhoids. You can't make that shit up. It's the gods that he told me the story. So we sit down and he tells me, listen, kid, I'm sorry I was mean to you the first day, but what I got to do is, we went through about 6 or 7 of you idiots. I'm not an idiot, Joe. He's like, listen, shut up. If you're an idiot, you're an idiot, okay? If you weren't an idiot, you wouldn't be here. The reason I yelled at you, I got to feel you out. I got to see if you have any balls or anything. You know what I mean? You can't, a lot of these kids, they were scared. One kid cried and walked out. You walked out. But you had the balls. You had the balls to fucking stick up for yourself and tell me off. I like that, Frankie. You got something about you that I don't know what it is. You're kind of stupid looking, and I don't think you're all there. But there's something about you that I can see a future with you, Frankie. There's something about you. Fucking guy's funny, So, he tells me about that, and he's like, so what's your, you have family in the business? I said, yes, sir. Again, I slipped, I'm trying to be, I was like, Joe, yeah, I'm third generation. My grandfather went way back to the beginning with Harry Van Arsdale Jr. He was one of the first members in the IBW at the time. He goes way back. My grandfather went back with a lot of people that I won't get into. So he was the first, and then his son, my uncle, was second generation, my mother's brother. And then my mother's brother got my father in. And then, of course, the story about how my father got me in. So I told him all that, and he's like, so what do you want to do here? I said, I really want to become an electrician, Joe. I want to get into the apprenticeship. He's like, well, listen, Frankie, you don't want to be in this office wimpy shit. You look like you could be a good electrician. I said, yeah, Joe, I went to vocational school in high school. I do side jobs with my friends. They're all electricians, so I do know, and maybe I can, can I ask some of the guys to teach me something? You're not asking these guys. How much I pay these guys? What is this, a fucking vocational school? Get the fuck out of here, I'm like, but what I would do is, a lot of times when I was in the field doing something, I seen a guy bending pipe or something. I go up to him and, I ask him, like, oh, can I watch how you do that and shit? So I was learning, as I was working in the office. I was learning a lot of stuff, So I said, yeah, Joe, I want to get into the apprenticeship and everything. Well, he's like, Frankie, listen, I don't know how you got this fucking job and who your father knows, because this is the best job in all the local 3. So you must know somebody important. I said, no, Joe. My father went up to Buddy. My dad knows Buddy, the apprentice director, and Buddy got my foot in the door. I don't think my dad was not political. My dad did not know anybody. My dad wasn't even in the A division. He was in the street division, the street lighting division that does all the, the parking lights and all the parks. He did that. He wasn't in the A division. They don't make as much money. The A division is the top pay. There's a whole bunch of different divisions. He was in the street lighting, the J division, that does street lighting. They paint the poles, they do repairs. My father did do Bryant Park in Manhattan. That's his claim to fame. My father did all the pipe and all the lights. When anybody that ever goes to Bryant Park, my father put those lights up. My father, Frank Fratello. That's why I honored in the video the song I Got a Name, because without my father, who I love and miss very much, my father even told me, he's like, there's one thing I want you to do, Frankie. Don't you fucking embarrass my last name. You work hard and you do the right thing. I don't want to, if I hear one thing that my name's embarrassed, you're fucking finished. So I always worked, hard for my father. Even when at the end of my career, when I could barely walk, like I should have quit 3 years prior to that. I kept going to fucking work and going to work. I mean, I had a kid too, a baby, but I didn't want to disappoint my father. Even when he died, I should have left because he's not here no more. But I said, I got to keep going to keep my name, my father. I mean, I did it for my father. And I'll share a story about when I was in the hospital, what happened to me, but that's for another show. So he tells me, he's like, Frankie, you know, you're a good fucking kid and everything. You know, I see something good about you. In fact, let's go have a drink. You want to go have a drink? And I'm like, well, I gotta, you know, I got things to do to go home and everything. Frankie, what's more important than having a drink with the boss? Are you fucking kidding me, Frankie? So he's lightening up, and I'm like, all right, I'll go have a drink with you, you know. Meanwhile, I got no money. I mean, I have a few bucks. Maybe he'll pay. Let's see if he pays, right? So we go to his spot was called the 140 Club. It was called. It was in, you know, downtown Manhattan. I think it was called the 140 Club. It was his own little spot, you know. So I go in there with him, you know, here I am now, you know, 3 months later after the guy ripped me into asshole. I'm in the 140 Club with him, right? So we sit down and he goes, what do you drink, Frankie? I go, I'll have a Coors Light. He's like, Coors Light? Are you fucking kidding me? Who the fuck drinks Coors Light? That's fucking water. What are you, a fucking sissy? You drink Coors Light? Oh, Joe, I don't like hard liquor. I was like, Coors Light. I didn't want to fucking, I'm embarrassed to even order it. You fucking kidding me? So I order a Coors Light, right? So now he gets a drink. Now I go to the bathroom, right? I come back. I just see a glass. I'm a stupid, naive 19-year-old kid. He's got a glass, you know, real big, filled with ice, and it looks like water. So I go to him, why are you drinking water, Joe? Water? Frankie, water? Who the fuck drinks water in a... How fucking stupid are you? You every day you seem to surprise me. You get dumber and dumber. It's fucking vodka, you idiot. And he's loud, and I'm like, oh, all right, yeah, I figured that. Water, you fucking... I'm like, Joe, I don't know, Joe. I'm nervous. You've asked me to go have a drink with you. You gotta loosen up, kid. You gotta enjoy life and loosen up. You know, Frankie, you know why we drink here on Earth? Because you can't drink when you're in heaven, Frankie. He had always these sayings and everything. So, you know, we talked and laughed, and, you know, and I think we spent 2 hours together just drinking. I'm telling him about my life. I got fucking hammered. You know, he didn't even, like, he's the kind of guy drinking one after the other, and he's completely sober. You know, I mean, old school fucking, you know. So that was his birthday. You know, I got to hang out with him afterwards, and he paid for all the drinks. And I'll continue with episode 3. We're almost at a half hour. I think that's enough. I hope you enjoyed the show, everybody. Thanks for all your well wishes and everything about the car accident. That scumbag karma will get him. And I wish everybody a happy Monday. All the serenity and all good things life can offer to you. And have a great Monday. All the construction workers out there, stay hydrated. It's hot. Make sure you take care of your body. Wear knee pads. Work smarter, not harder. Because I worked harder, not smarter, and everything. So everybody have a great day. Love everybody. Please donate to the Fatball Sicilian, Chicago Muscle, Mike Slick on behalf of Chicago Muscle. Jesse Roth, and Miss Can't Be Wrong is still, out. Take care of her if you can. And I said Jesse Roth, I said Tony Soflo, I said, of course, the King of Mob, too, Fatball Sicilian. And I think I covered those are the people I watch in my community, and they're good people. Everybody have a great day. Just about a half hour, 29 and 52. I'll go to exactly 30 minutes. Everybody have a great day. God bless. The one, the only, FGF Productions. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye. From the heart.